The Fellowship of the Diamond has a long history on the server. This group has been playing since 2011 and has been mostly forgotten to time. At the same time they were playing, another group began playing and called themselves the Brotherhood of the Diamond and made themselves well known for helping people at spawn. Their name got spread around the server while the Fellowship of the Diamonds didn't, since they usually kept to themselves. In this video, I'll be telling you the story of the Fellowship of the Diamond from the eyes of Killer Capybara, who is one of the members in the group. The story begins in August 2011. Killer Capybara and his friends have been playing Minecraft together for a while, experimenting with build challenges, adventure maps, and survival maps. While they had been enjoying the game, they were looking for something more to challenge them and play with other people. One of his friends, Zode, had been browsing 4chan when he saw a post about 2b2c.net, a vanilla anarchy Minecraft server with no rules, mods, or admins. It looked perfect, a server that was challenging, but still the same vanilla Minecraft experience. Zode had warned them that the first thing they would see when they logged on would show them exactly what they were getting into. Killer Capybara was the first to log on with Zode, and the first thing they saw was a giant flaming netherrack swastika above their heads, and two guys in diamond armor flying above them, engaged in PvP combat. That was when they knew that they had found their server. The players consisted of Zode, Serpent King 12, _Iron Eagle _ and Killer Capybara. Together, they went to survive and thrive in the most hostile server out there. The first base they set up was not too impressive and extremely close to spawn. It was called 700 Base, as it was only 700 blocks away from spawn. This began their naming scheme for all of the bases to come. It unsurprisingly did not last very long, and the group found themselves moving even further away. Their next base was 3000 Base. It lasted through September and part of October. The base was only discovered once by another person with the lack of knowledge to move further away from spawn, so they moved in only a couple hundred blocks away. The group packed up their limited supplies and decided to move even further away to a place where they felt safe. Tugboat Base is the third base that they made on the server. It was established in October 2011, shortly after their 3000 base was destroyed. They always called it the 8000 base because it was that many blocks away from spawn. It started out as an underground base with a small tree farm as a central hub, and a number of offshoot rooms including essentials like a farm, animal area, chest room, and mine, as well as some niche ones like a church of sheep Ra, a sheep that one of Killer Capybara's friends said was responsible for somehow crashing the server, though it cannot be confirmed if that ever actually happened. A snowball fight arena filled with snow golems, party room, a history hall, and a room filled with signs they posted documenting the origins of the Fellowship of the Diamond. For the first iteration of the base, up until it was griefed in late January 2012, everything remained underground, but eventually, they constructed a cobblestone castle outside of the base. This was the only structure that would be above ground at the base for 4 years. They based together for a while, and eventually, a bit of bickering began to bubble up in the group. After an argument between group members over ownership of diamonds, they came to a consensus that they had to change some things to keep from falling apart. It was at this point they came up with the name for the group, the Fellowship of the Diamond. The group name was an unoriginal play on the Fellowship of the Ring from Lord of the Rings. Diamonds were more applicable to Minecraft than rings, and were the instigator for the naming, so they rolled with it. After the 8000 base, a multitude of other bases were created by the Fellowship. A small town called Diamond Town was created in November 2011, with a population of about 8 players. The group also created a sky base, which they named Laputa, after a flying island in the Gulliver's Travels. All of those bases were griefed shortly after their creation in January 2012. The 8000 base was finally griefed as well. They moved away to their last base, created in September 2012. This base was named Mushroom Home, and it was built in a mushroom biome. There was one house, a dock for fishing, farms, and an enchanting room. However, at this point, most of the original members had gotten bored and stopped playing, and the only players that were left were Zode and Killer Capybara. In March 2015, Killer Capybara discovered James Russell's 2b2t blog and began reading all about the things that he missed out on during his absence. Seeing the server thriving with all of these amazing bases in history inspired him to log in and play again. He managed to convince Zode to play again and brought their new friends Hyrex King, Pancake 1, and Killer Commando 29 to help restore the old 8000 base. Hyrex King was very productive and created many of the more prominent builds at the base, such as the Pagoda and the Stonebrick Castle. The infamous tugboat was built in July 2015 after Hyrex King told Killer Capybara he needed to build something since he spent most of the days mining for resources. And after Killer Capybara looked up some boat designs on Google Images, he found a picture of Timothy Tugboat and thought it was hilarious. During this time, someone came and took a world download of the base, and it ended up on Project Vault. Then sometime in 2015, the base got griefed once again, and that was it. It got progressively more and more griefed due to being so close to spawn, and most of the members quit soon after. Killer Capybara moved out and started building a new base in March 2016. The group does not still play on Tugboat. The last time they were all online was in 2016 at their final group base, but since then, it's only been Killer Capybara. He ended up getting invited to the Bodecken in 2017 and played there until it was griefed in 2018. Since then, he has only played sporadically to check up on his last group base, which is surprisingly still ungriefed. In Killer Capybara's view, Tugboat is definitely in a different place from where he left it. He does miss the quieter times when you could recognize everyone's name on the server, and the chat moves slow enough that you could hold an actual conversation. It was a very different experience now than what it was back then, just due to the sheer interest and number of people wanting to play on the server. The queue killed any motivation among his friends group to want to play on it ever since the removal of veteran queue. Despite not playing on the server so much anymore, he still keeps up with the going-ons and still is impressed as ever with the scale of builds and how the players continue to push Minecraft to its limits. And he guarantees that if he could get in quickly without needing to pay, he would still be playing. Thanks for watching. I would like to thank Killer Capybara for the information for this video. I will leave a link to all of the screenshots he has of the bases in the description. Leave a like, and maybe even consider subscribing for more information like this in the future. Anyway guys, stay fast, and see you guys next time.